So, Jeff, so this is the law of the land now. And our job now is to,
Follow the law.
well, not only that, but create the vehicle on how this referendum is going to be presented to the voter.
And while the question of whether to allow medicinal marijuana won't be until November, the Guam Election Commission had other questions to consider during its Thursday night meeting.
The law that was sent over by the legislature did require us, or did ask us to put this on the ballot, all right? So then the courts have said, short of saying put it on the ballot, they agreed with the legislature. So in essence, just put it on the ballot.
You didn't ask it, it directed us.
It directed it.
And while there's no doubt the GEC will put the measure on the ballot, the biggest inquiry is what to certify the proposal as. Legal counsel Jeff Moots.
If you certify this as a referendum, as you are ordered to do by the Guam legislature, at that point in time, you then need 50% plus one of all votes cast in the election for that referendum to pass. Whereas if it were certified as a legislative submission, which is not what they ordered you to do, then under 16402, it only takes a majority of the votes cast on the issue to pass. So if you got more people who vote in the election than vote in that issue, it's the bigger pool of voters that you have to get convinced.
He says both routes have specific legal meaning and legal voting requirements. The 50% plus one rule is commonly known as the Santos Amendment, which also would qualify blank votes on the ballot as a no vote. Several members raised concern and a bit of confusion of whether the proposal should be treated as a legislative submission or referendum, as there was interchanging reference to both in and out of court.
I think that there's going to be, my sense is there would be members of the legislature who are surprised, members of the public who are surprised if they find out that the requirement for passage of this is not simply a majority of the people who vote on the measure.
And I could agree with you, but I think that the legislature is a body all by itself. They made the decision. 14 people voted for it.
Okay.
And they want the people of Guam to decide.
Well, they do. But it's a fairly technical distinction, and I just think to avoid having people having a dispute in November, that by bringing this to the legislature's attention now and pointing out this technical distinction, which could have a very big impact on whether the measure passes or not.
But then again, you know, the sponsor has kind of chastised us a little bit for not doing this thing the way she wanted. So
Okay.
I think, you know, they passed the law, they went to court, the court decided, so it's what was it?
The bill's co-sponsor, Senator Aline Yamashita, meanwhile, was in attendance expressing her gratitude to the GEC.
I do appreciate the deliberation. I do appreciate the clear attention. It really is important, and it really will make a difference in the end. It's just a bill I do appreciate, and a lot that you have was deliberated on.
The GEC eventually certified the measure as a referendum based on language in Public Law 32-134. Senator Tina Munoz Barnes, meanwhile, tells KUAM that based on her personal interpretation of the law, the Santos Amendment does not apply based on the statute of 3 GCA section 16206, and instead a majority of votes will be adhered to. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
For our neutral analysis, yes.
For the neutral analysis.
Yeah. And that's